What's up, Mr. Kevin Joseph? What's up, Mr. Kevin Joseph? Gonna let the room fill up just a little bit. Hey, Stephanie, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? What's up, Mrs. Edna? What's going on, y'all? Happy Monday. We are in another week. We are in another week. Come on, y'all. We're in another week. Happy Monday to y'all. Our declaration is God is leading you this week. That is going to be our declaration on this morning. He's leading you. Yeah, He's leading you. I'll say it again. God is leading you this week. And He's not just leading you anywhere, He's leading you to where you need to be. I'm going to say that again. God is leading you to where you need to be this week. I don't know why I feel led to say this, but this will be a week of movement for many of us as we let God lead us, as we yield over to the Holy Spirit. This will be a week of movement. Some of y'all need to like decree and declare that over your life because just like me, you've been dealing with circumstances that seem a little bit stuck, but I just dare you to say, "Nah, God, because you're leading me this week. This will be a week of movement." I'll say it again. It's going to be a week of movement. Not going backwards, but movement forward wise. Let's say that again. This will be a week of movement if you allow God to lead you. I woke up this morning and I'm just going to flow. I woke up this morning and blessings to those of you guys that are coming in. I woke up this morning and I'm going to be real. I felt a little bit off at first, waking up. I don't know why or if I didn't sleep well or what it was, but I woke up quite early before my alarm actually probably about maybe a little bit before 5. It was probably around 3 the first time I woke up. Then I woke up a little bit before 5 a.m. and I just began to like pray. And in that moment of, me praying, I really just entered into this week saying, no matter what it looks like, God, I trust you. No matter how I feel, I trust in you. And it's like from that moment, like of me just telling God that, like verbally telling God that and writing that in my journal, because there was just some moments where all you can do is say, God, I trust you. And so today was one of those moments. And so as after I did that, it's like the Lord just began to just give me insight. It's like from that moment, I just knew exactly what the Lord like wanted me to do. And it's like what I noticed is that as I did exactly what God was showing me and telling me to do, there was just a peace, there was just a relief. And even on this morning, I began to see there's movement in this area, God. Like health wise, there's movement. Just me doing what you told me to do, I'm seeing things move now. And I believe that for many people, as you just place your trust in God, not only saying, God, I trust you for the outcome, but God, I trust you in the route. I trust you in however it is that you need me to move. As you give God that's wholehearted trust. See, a lot of times we be saying, God, I have faith, but really you don't have faith. The thing is that many people do is, I trust that you're going to do it my way. That's what people call faith. God, I trust that if I trust you to bring me to the end goal, I'm trusting that you're gonna do it the way that I want you to do it. But wholehearted faith says, God, I don't care how you do it, just that it's done. I don't care how you do it, just that it's done. In fact, at every single juncture of my life, like when I've seen God shift things for me, when I've seen God like move on my behalf, it's literally been I've gotten to a place where it's like, God, I don't care how you do it. I don't care to sit and brainstorm how you're going to come through. The only thing that I need is for you to come through. And every single time I got to that place of God, I don't care how you do it. I don't care the route. I don't care about all the details. Just that you do it. Every single time I've had that mindset, I've seen God shift things. I've seen major breakthroughs hit my life. It happened when I moved out of the wilderness. I didn't have money that, when I was leaving my mom's house. I remember the very day I had maybe $5 in PayPal. God says, I need to share this story. But I knew that it was move-in day. I had already signed my name on a dotted line with the apartment complex. But I woke up that morning, me and Bella, in my mother's bed. I remember it because my mom wasn't home. And I looked at my account and it was $5 in that account. And I can remember that entire day saying, God, not only do you have to do it, but I don't care how God, I don't care how you do it. Now you done brought me this far. So come on, God, do what you said. The way that you come doesn't matter. And what I saw that entire day, because that was my mindset the entire day, I had to still get a U-Haul to pack up all of my stuff to go and get furniture. And what I saw was that at every single juncture, God did something. And it just increased my faith in saying, God, I don't care how you do it, just do it. 12 o'clock came, the finances for the U-Haul came. I'll say that again. I didn't try to put my own mindset on how the money was gonna come, how I was going. I didn't ask my mama, hey, can I borrow some money? I asked nobody. My mindset was, God, I'm relying on you. I'm not relying on my own mindset. I'm not. This is for somebody. I'm not relying on logic. Yeah, God, I know how I operate, but I'm not relying on the way that I usually operate. It was God. I'm wholeheartedly relying on you. And what I saw is that when I put just that my whole heart into trusting God, I saw Him move. And I could just only imagine, like, if that was a day where I'm trying to tell God how to be God, like, I probably would have. The move probably would have been delayed. But I needed God to do something for me, and I needed Him to do it. I needed a move of God. And I understood that day that if I'm going to see you move this area of my life, I'm gonna have to give you full and total control in this area. I'm gonna have to keep my mind from thinking. I'm gonna have to keep logic out of the way. I'm gonna have to truly let you do this thing on your own. So 12 o'clock, I got the money for the U-Haul. By this point, what's up, Sabrina? By this point, I am got the money for the U-Haul. By this point, I am going to get the furniture, packing things up. But I still, at this point, I need first and last month's rent to be able to move into this place. The entire time, hours are going by. They were set. I was set to move in at 3:30. I remember it like it was yesterday. 1 o'clock comes, y'all. Still no money. All I had was probably a few dollars. Still 1 o'clock. I'm 2 hours away from moving in. So what did I do? I focused on what I could do. Okay, God, what I can do is pack up this U-Haul. That's what I can do. I continue to obey. And literally at about 2:30, the money came. This was not a stressful day for me. For most people, it would have been. It was not a day where I worried. It was just a day where I trusted that God was going to do it, and He did. And He didn't just give me, the money that I needed to move in. It was more than enough. I had a little bit left over to get something to eat, to get some pizza. And it's like from their finances, what I needed, it just came to me. What God is asking for as we go throughout this week is that type of wholehearted faith. It's the same thing with my car. The car I have now. My mindset was literally, God, I don't care how you do it, just do it. I need a car. I don't care about no details. You just do it. And I believe that's what God is waiting for so many people to enter into, because for some of y'all, your faith is conditional. It's conditional. Your faith, you got faith as long as God moves the way that you want Him to move. You got faith as long as you can put a finger on as to how God is going to move. right? But what God is saying is this can be a week of movement if you just give me full free reign. If you just let me in the driver's seat, if you don't try to be a passenger seat driver. It's funny how like we all hate a passenger seat driver or a backseat driver. What is that, Apostle? That's a person that is not behind the steering wheel that tries to tell the driver how to drive. You try to tell them how to slow down. You try to tell them to speed up. Nobody like. In fact, if I have a passenger seat driver, you know what I will do? I will. Hey, Mrs. Garcia, you in my heart this morning. You know what I will do is I will pull the car over and I will literally say, hey, if you want to drive this vehicle, you drive it. Baby, we can even look into like the Bible, right? Every single time there was a miracle, Jesus had full and total control. There were some of you guys where you need to see God do certain things in your finances, certain things with bills, certain things with living arrangements, certain things relationally, whatever the case may be. And God is saying, I want to do it. Can somebody just type in on the screen, God wants to bless me? His Bible, his word says he longs to prosper us, to bring us into a bright and prosperous future, our expected end. And the expected end is whatever God has promised you. Can y'all just say, God wants to bless me? He wants to bless my situation. And I need some of y'all to literally say, God doesn't want me stuck. He doesn't want you stuck. Come on. He doesn't want you stuck. He doesn't want your marriage stuck. He doesn't, oh my God, he doesn't want your finances stuck. He doesn't want your mindset stuck. He doesn't want you stuck on what in whatever area it is. The Lord says, tell them if they're ready to see movement, they got to take the conditions off. They got to take the conditions off of their faith. They got to stop trying to put me in a box. I am the box. My God. They got to stop, struggling to trust me to lead because it doesn't look like how they would have had it done. God was dealing with me about this morning. I was feeling a little bit stuck in a few areas. I was feeling a little bit low, right? And then when I'm telling y'all, I literally wrote down, God, I trust you. I know what it looks like. But God, I trust you. That was what I told God this morning. God, I trust you. What I was doing is I knew why I was waking up feeling a little bit like down. I knew why. I knew the areas. So me saying, God, I trust you is me saying, God, I'm not gonna worry about the how. How you gonna do it? How you gonna no, Lord, I'm not gonna worry about the how. I just need you to do it. I trust that you have already gone before me and done it. And it's like in that moment, it's like I began to hear God so clearly telling me, this is what I want you to do this, do that, do that. And it's like I began to see movement in an area that was stuck. And he reminded me that for every single miracle, for every single like major thing that I've seen God do, me taking my conditions off of my belief was what the precursor was because it gave God full and total control to do it how he wanted to do it. So God told me that I needed to get on here to tell some of you guys, if you're ready to see movement, you need to just take the conditions off of your faith. Can I just get y'all to say, I am taking the conditions off of my faith? I'm taking the conditions off of my faith. I'm taking the conditions I'm taking the conditions off of this area. Either I trust God or I don't. Because the thing for some of us has been, we say that we trust God, but our actions show that we don't. I was just thinking about this morning when it revolved around an individual. I said, God, it's one thing to say something, but what you say means nothing if you don't prove it in your actions. And honestly, that's simply what God is saying to do this week. You keep saying you trust me, but every single time God tries to move, every single time he tries to lead you, we are rebelling against what he's trying to do. Same what the children of Israel did. But I believe that for many people, as you just truly just give God that wholehearted trust, you'll see movement. Instructions will come, clarity will come, and I believe that breakthrough will come for many people. Stephanie Palmer, today needs to be a day where you're looking into like that mortgage stuff. Look until you find and make some phone calls. Today needs to be that day, and there's going to be some type of paperwork that they are going to need, but it's going to get handled, says God. Mrs. Garcia, are you still here? Wow. She says that's confirmation. I've started and I'm working on the paperwork. Mrs. Garcia, are you here? And God says this is not a rebuke. For some reason, you feel like gotta just flow. God says you have avoided me because you feel like there's a rebuke coming. There's no rebuke coming. There's no rebuke coming. I need you to come in because I saw that you were on here. But I need you to come in so that I can give you your word. I need you to come in so that I can give you your word. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Give God a wholehearted faith this week. He's leading us to where we need to be, to where we've been praying to be. I'm not sure that Mrs. Garcia is still on here, so I'm not going to release her word. I'll message her after this broadcast and give it to her. But listen, y'all, that's the broadcast. God is leading you this week. I need y'all to type that in on the screen. He's leading you this week, not next week. He's leading you this week. All he needs is full and total control to do what you've been asking him to do. Listen, there are two ways for you guys to sow. You guys can sow via Cash App using $ thoughts by T, or you can sow via paypal.me/thoughts by T. For any of you guys, thank you, Stephanie, that have prayer requests, you guys can send your prayer requests or testimonies to prayer.thoughtsbyt@gmail.com. Listen, the seed title is God is God is leading me. That is the seed title. God is leading me this week. You can, make that personal to whatever area it is that you are believing God for. But that is the seed title. I do not have a seed number. You sow based on what you feel led to sow. Whether you're sowing a penny, whether you're sowing $1,000, whether you're sowing 100, whether you're sowing $200, you let God lead. And so, listen, I love y'all. I am rooting for you guys. And so, until next time, y'all.